Hare Krishna, will raise Sabina and Roger here. Chapter 11 will be read out of Bhagavad Gita as it is.
Yeah, so before we dive into this chapter called The Universal Form, we first must prepare our minds and set our intentions and declare that we are seeking the truth, seeking to comprehend and understand these most sacred teachings from Supreme Lord Krishna. So please bless our minds, bless our hearts, bless our souls, that we may understand this most divine wisdom.
Yeah. We are on a huge battlefield with millions of warriors, human and non-human. In the very middle is the Arjun. The Arjun.
The Arjun.
The Arjun.
One and only Arjun.
With the one and only Lord Krishna.
Yeah, and remember just Arjun's state. He's distraught. He is seeking some wisdom and some guidance. In the most pivotal moment of his life, what should he do?
Arjun said, "By my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self." Just one thing. I did not expect that Arjun actually requests that. I thought just Krishna all of a sudden appears like that in his form.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjun, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied, divine, and multicolored forms. O best of the Bhartas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Asvini Kumaras, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before. O Arjun, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mind. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see, and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence."
1 second though. Can you clarify that? Okay, so he's saying that he's everything, and yet oh, my brain is going whooshy again.
Yeah, everything is in him, right? So he's saying everything that you wish to see is in me right here, right now. Anything that you wish to see, even like the past, the present, and the future, anything within the universe, right, is contained within Krishna.
Everything is here completely in one place.
Wow. And of course, with Arjun's regular eyes, he can't see that. So now he's going to give him divine eyes to see.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Maybe you're not, but that's okay. I'm right here. Sanjaya said, "O king, having spoken thus, the Supreme Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjun. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all-expanding. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances, and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord.
My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva, and all the sages and divine serpents. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes, expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides, like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible, and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings, crying all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadyas, the Visvedevas, the two Asvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth, and as they are disturbed, so am I. O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered. All the sons of Dhritarashtra along with their allied kings, and Bhisma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also are rushing into your fearful mouths. And some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth. As the many waves of the river flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths, as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with terrible scourging rays. Oh, I need a break 1 second.
Yeah, so
yeah.
So just to touch on that, so what's happening is, remember, in his form, you can also see the future, right? So this is basically like the immediate future of the battle to come, right? So Arjuna is seeing, the carnage of the battle that is about to come, because remember, in the physical manifested universe, of physical forms, there's going to be a battle and a lot of people are going to die. But what's happening to their souls is, of course, they're entering into the cosmic form of Krishna. Remember, he's the Lord of Death and everything is a part of him. So all of these, souls are entering his mouths, right? Yeah, that's kind of how I interpreted that.
And it reminds me, these descriptions, as, terrible scourging rays, like, it's not terrible in the sense we know terrible. Like, it is terrifying, though, he says, right? It's like terrifying, like the wrathful deities, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah.
But it's not a negative. It's a divine wrathfulness.
Yeah, and also being that they are on a battlefield and Arjuna's in the warrior class.
Yeah.
Just to show that that's what happens in war and battle, is that there is destruction and there is death. But ultimately, it's all part of one creation, one manifestation, right? So everything is arising from Krishna, and at the end it returns, through death of the body, right? But yeah, and then I love also how when he's describing, just the cosmic form. And then I think when it was revealed to Arjuna, the other deities, the demigods and those of, higher levels of consciousness, in the spiritual realms, God, demigods, and other celestial type beings, they could all see that form as well, right? So Krishna doesn't reveal it, obviously very often. So when he revealed it to Arjuna, it granted the other beings who had the capacity to see him, and that's why they all bowed down and went into obeisances, because they were like, whoa, the Supreme Lord Krishna is revealing himself to Arjuna, and wow, we can see him too. Right? So they all know their place in the hierarchy that was revealed through the Gita.
O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain.
Oh dear.
Therefore get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasaki, can be but an instrument in the fight. Drona, Bhisma, Jayardhanath, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a faltering voice as follows.
Arjuna said, O Master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid, and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. O Great One, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O Limitless One, God of gods, refuge of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. You are air, and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great-grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again and yet again. Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all-pervading, and thus you are everything. Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone, and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses. So he's making, how do you say? When we purify, we...
Yeah, repentance, seeking...
Yeah, okay.
Deliverance, Sometimes in life, when we think about our past, we're not even aware of some of the horrible things that we might have done, right? So Arjuna is seeing this as a, splendid opportunity to be like, okay, let's just apologize for everything that I might have done, and even the things that I forget that I have done. He's like saying, and this is a great example of how we can pray. And the true example of prayer, right? So Krishna is always with us. He's everywhere. And if we want to connect to him, we could be like, hey, I'm sorry. And I repent, right? So the repentance of, I've done some stupid things in the past and I'm truly sorry. And I set an intention not to commit those actions again. Please bless my heart and my soul that I might be mindful and steadfast, that I might be pure in my devotion and my service. Yeah. So great example by Arjuna.
You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation, of the moving and the non-moving. You are its worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is greater than you, nor can anyone be one with you. What?
Nor can anyone be one with you. It's just that's the transcendental aspect of Krishna, right? So when we merge into Krishna, right, so that's the duality versus the non-duality. And I see that both are valid, right? So when I think of merging, transcending my ego and merging into the absolute, transcending my ego completely, I see that as merging into Brahman, right? The universal consciousness, right? Nobody actually merges with Krishna.
How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds, O Lord of immeasurable power? You are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, a friend the impertinence impertinence of a friend, or a husband the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done you. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, happily have I shown you, by my internal potency, this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine, for neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in this form in the material world. You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-armed form, and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. When Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said,
O Janardana, seeing this human-like form so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind, and I am restored to my original nature.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear. The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. So there it is. Krishna, in the midst of the battlefield, reveals his universal form to Arjuna. Yeah, and just beyond comprehension, right? You really got to stretch the imagination to be able to, encompass all that was revealed there. So the devas, the demigods, the gods, all sorts of celestial beings, acknowledging the divinity of Krishna, and offering obeisances. Arjuna being terror-stricken, seeing the battle, the warriors entering the mouths, and
Arjuna is going through quite some stuff there on the battlefield. First grief and fear of, harming his relatives, and now he's like blown away by Krishna's form. Wow.
It's a big day. Big day for Arjuna.
and he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of life, and who is friendly to every living being.
Yeah.
He certainly comes to me. That just touches my compassionate heart, my Om Mani Padme Hum heart. Yeah, how very beautiful. And so, let's put out the question there. Are you friendly to every living being? Let's see if the comment section here can be friendly to every living being, every commentator.
Yeah, especially the ones that are, for commenting on a video such as this, a couple of spiritual seekers studying the Bhagavad Gita openly on YouTube, without any reservations. And we expect that our viewers are, listening and studying the Gita with us as well. And that to me is the most amazing thing ever. Like, that's the most amazing thing that's happened on our YouTube channel so far, in my mind.
Yeah.
That we got to transcend, the opposition of which text is better, right? Because that's not really serving the purpose, because Krishna is speaking from the point of view of ultimate reality. And if somebody's seeking him and they end up with a different version of the Gita than what you might have used, it doesn't mean that Gita is not going to serve them just as good, if not maybe possibly even better than the one that served you, because we don't know the causes and conditions and the karma and then our past life experiences and how long we've been seeking Krishna. If at all, maybe we're new, but we have a lot of positive karma from other practices. And then now is the time where we're introduced to the Supreme Lord and the Gita just blows our mind completely. And it can transcend any linguistical barriers, right? So I do not think that we need to learn Sanskrit or Hindi or other languages, because these versions, all the Gitas that have manifested by causes and conditions, as long as they're not totally, because I do accept that as well, just to touch on it, that, there has been some people with not so good intentions towards the Indian scriptures. But the versions that have come to us and that we've read a little bit of them, like Stephen Mitchell, for example, it was beautiful. It was very, very profound and deep. And the message isn't lost in the translation because it's our seeking, to comprehend. And Krishna is going to touch our hearts if we have that intention and that desire. So let's move beyond, the conflict and the separation and realize that, holy, we're actually a one like-minded community. And the Bhagavad Gita is one teaching. So let's not separate it, based on different translations, right?
Yeah.
So, it's beautiful. So that's why I want to thank you all so much for joining us for this wonderful chapter. And I do love Bhagavad Gita as it is. And I do love the other versions that we read as well. I think they all serve a purpose. And I'm so grateful for all of them and all of the teachings. And however the Bhagavad Gita has spread throughout this world, in all different languages, because there's translations in all sorts of languages. And we got to embrace them all as being serving their purpose, planting the seeds, getting everybody who is seeking the supreme truth, right? Let's be grateful. Let's just trust in Krishna that he is the source. He's calling us. He is bringing us, to him, and we got to trust that he knows what he's doing, because guarantee that he knows more what's going on than any single one of us. So let's have faith and let's have hope and trust in the supreme personality of Godhead and surrender. I surrender my opinions and my positionalities and my negativities, and I surrender my very ego self. And
I surrender also all my joy. My joys and pleasures.
Yeah, and I've prayed enough to Lord Krishna that he knows he can take me whenever he wants. I am but his puppet. So thank you so much Let us know what you think of this chapter down in the comments. What part hit you and struck you the most? Are you enjoying this as much as we are? If you are, please hit that like button. And of course, you're probably already subscribed, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
And remember, the very most important thing is to seek the truth and raise yourself.
And raise the beautiful world. Thank you so much, everyone. We hope to see you on chapter 12. What? No, it's the 7. 12. This.
Peace.